grab my ride and dip. And I have too much tolerance. This song gives me Halloween vibes, so I'm just vibing. Hey guys, it's Elena. What we're going to be doing today is talking about everything that I've watched during the 2025 spooky season, including movies, TV show episodes, and that's pretty much it. But still, there's a lot to cover, so let's just hop into it. But before we do, if you want to follow my letterbox, it'll be linked down below. I am active on there all the freaking time, so like, that's like my number one social media. It is the social media in my eyes. But anyways, happy belated Halloween. I am celebrating it very, very well. I got my spider ring, I got my cross choker, and I got messy eyeliner that I fell asleep in my costume last night. First of all, I dressed up as Mary Jane Holland, Lady Gaga. First of all, let's just like discuss that.
Talk amongst yourselves.
And then I dressed up as like a witch with a cloak. I don't have a picture for that, but like that's what the eyeliner was for. I didn't like go to a party or anything. I pretty much just partied in my home and made like this sweet Halloween playlist, and then I listened to Lady Gaga's Dead Dance Party playlist. But anyways, I am decked out today for the video because Halloween is my favorite holiday. It's my favorite time of year. I start celebrating it in May and I don't stop until like 2 days before Thanksgiving, and then I just start back up again. Today we have a Nightmare Before Christmas mug. It is cutesy and it's filled with Dr. Pepper. Okay, and then we have my holy grail. Room of Doom goes to Sweet 613, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, which we will get to in a little bit. I love that episode. That show is absolutely amazing, and y'all need to watch that Halloween episode if you aren't already familiar. So to start out the video, we're gonna be talking about the horror episodes that I watched, starting with this one. Now this one is iconic. Iconica! It's so great. I don't even know what to say, but goes to Sweet 613. Has my heart. So watch it. Sweet life, dance, I can Cody. Here you are mine. Yes, we have a sweet life. Most of the time, you and me, we got a world to see. So come on down. You know? Yeah. Then I watched, I think, all of the Office ones, minus one. I think that was like season 5 or something. One thing that I do regret not watching is the Modern Family one.
Welcome to your nightmare. Ha 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 ha. What the hell is that?
I should probably watch that today. I love that one. Halloween ain't over for me. It never is. Then I watched an episode of Frasier. Well, actually a couple episodes, and they were hilarious. Then King of Queens. That one was hilarious. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Love that. Also Psych. How did I forget? And then what I do every single Halloween is I watch Rocky Horror Glee Show. I did that last night and I had so much fun with it. Like, that episode is really what jump-started my love for Glee in the first place, because all I did was see a clip of Time Warp and I'm just like, guys, I'm in love. I wasn't allowed to watch the full episode, of course, but like, I saw Time Warp and that's all I needed. But anyways, I think those are all the ones that I watched, other than the Dawson's Creek Halloween episodes, specifically season 1 episode 11. I love that one. I might rewatch that one later. I just love it so much. But yeah, those were my watches, I think. Wait, last night I did watch ER Halloween episode. So, okay, I lied. That's not all. ER, and now I think I've mentioned them all. But yeah, I just love it so much. I usually watch way more, but like, I don't know. It's just, like, I don't like to label things. So, like, I usually just watch what I want all year round, even if it's not Halloween. The only one that I don't watch all year round because I don't like the holiday, it's Christmas. Call me a Grinch, I don't give a fuck, but like, I'm not a fan of Christmas. Now let's move on to all of the movies that I watched this year that are horror related. I've watched a couple shorts this year, one a rewatch and one first watch, so ooh, yes! We'll cover those after we mention the movies. So I watched 79 movies that were spooky related this year, and 29 of them were rewatches. So let's just hop into those rewatches real quick. I will only cover the ones that really mean a lot to me, like in detail. Okay, so in no order: Possession, The first time I watched it, I only gave it an 8 and a heart, and it was absolutely amazing my first watch when I watched it last year. Anyways, 9 and a heart, Possession. Love the acting. Love how insane the movie is. Like, the subway scene alone. I know that gets talked about a lot, but like, it needs to get talked about more. And the scene where she's doing that thing. Huh? The end is still a little bit confusing for me. Also, spoiler warning for all of these movies, probably. So if you haven't seen Possession, just like skip ahead 10 seconds. That poor kid at the end, drowning himself in the tub. Are you kidding me? But anyways, that ending was so confusing. I'm not gonna get into it right now, but like, My favorite Halloween-related spooky movie, The Evil Dead. I revisit that one every single year. That's just a tradition of mine. I just absolutely love it. Bruce Campbell is amazing. I watched it this year with his commentary, and it was absolutely hilarious and really, really insightful. That's the most that I've ever willingly wanted to be educated. Like, school who, you know? Bruce Campbell, come on. Honestly, one of the most interesting movies ever. That's an understatement. We'll move on because I could do a freaking deep dive on Evil Dead. That franchise is my favorite in the horror realm. The Ash vs. Evil Dead show, so good. That's personally like better than almost all of the movies. Army of Darkness is amazing. I love the Evil Dead. I even love the remakes. Evil Dead Rise was great, and Evil Dead was great from 2013. Like, the use of blood in that one, so good. Speaking of Evil Dead, I rewatched Evil Dead 2013. When I was really heavily into Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, I just kind of like went through her catalog and watched like a couple like horror related stuff. The first time I watched it, I was really hard on it because, like I said, I love the Evil Dead franchise, so I only gave it like a 3.5 out of 5. But on this watch, I gave it a 4. Like, every time I rewatch something, like, it just like gets better. We did a Diablo Cody, Lisa Frankenstein, Jennifer's Body double feature. Absolutely amazing. That's like a new tradition for me now. Lisa Frankenstein is just such a perfect movie. I grew up, ages 10 to 18, loving Jennifer's Body, giving it a 10 the whole time. But this year, I don't think I was vibing it that well. I think now I prefer Lisa Frankenstein over Jennifer's Body. It's just like, I don't know though, but like, they're both so great. They're both so great. They're really hard to compare, but they're both spectacular. That double feature is to die for, literally. I would definitely recommend it next Halloween if you did not already do that this year. Scary Movie. I rewatched Scary Movies 1 and 2 this year. I absolutely love those two. I really enjoyed the 3rd, 4th, and 5th one as well. Obviously the 5th one's different. I'm not gonna say like really enjoyed it as much as the first 4, but the first 2 are just like unmatched. Like, come on. I'm really excited for the new one. Like, that's all that I can really say about Scary Movies 1 and 2. Is just like, rewatching those made me really excited to see what they're gonna do with the new one, because they have so much to work with. You know, they have like the Conjuring universe. They to make fun of Michael Myers, you know, like the new ones. They can make fun of a lot of Blumhouse. Make fun of Megan. Ugh, I don't like Megan. Okay, Lost Boys. Lost freaking Boys. So great. I love it. I absolutely love it. What did I write in my review? Because my brain's not working now. Nanook, okay? That fucking dog, I would die for, okay? I literally put, Nanook, I love you. I honestly would have risked my life to say my dog as well. Lexi, insert pic. One of the most quotable movies of all time. Super fun and super iconic. Love those glitter vampires, which my dad noticed 2 years ago, and he grew up with a movie that they had glitter on them. In them, I should say. I think that's where Adam Lambert got Glitter Rock Vampire from Glee. That's a really niche quote. You should, you know, if you watch Glee, you know. Anyways, okay, Zombieland. A movie that I do regret not watching this year, Shaun of the Dead, because Zombieland and Shaun of the Dead are my favorite zombie comedies, and I hate myself for not watching it. I feel like I need to watch that really, really soon. Ugh. Anyways. Zombieland's absolutely amazing. One of my favorite horror comedies of all time. That's like all I can say about it. Like, my biggest complaint, why it can never be a 10, is Woody Harrelson wasting all the ammo. That's it. The Shining. Oh my god. One of the greatest horror movies of all time. Like, it does not feel like 2 hours, 24 minutes at all. It is absolutely amazing. Like, the scenery is beautiful. The acting is great. Everything about it is just perfect. I think Stanley Kubrick did a really good job. I personally have read probably half the book. I didn't get to finish it because by the time, you know, COVID happened, I had to return the book. So from what I gathered, he did a good job. And then obviously I rewatched Scream 1 through 6. I rewatched all of them in the course of 2 days. I know I have a problem. But the first one is my favorite, obviously. The first one is amazing. The second one I've grown to really enjoy. Obviously, compared to all the shitty horror movies, that's like gold. But like in the Scream universe, probably my least favorite. I rewatched the third one. I love and adore that one so much. It's so underrated, so overhated. Scream 4, I love. People hate it, but I love it. Like, okay, are the killers, you know, do I buy them as killers? No, but their motives, you know, especially Emma Roberts' motive, come on, okay, that's the most realistic. The fifth one, I originally gave like a 7, but it grew on me, so I gave it an 8 because it is a really well-crafted movie, and I thought at the start of the Sam and Tara movies, you know, like that would have been really interesting to see, and I kind of am upset at the fact that Scream 7's happening without them. But, you know, it is what it is, sadly, and, you know. Scream 6, great, although I did enjoy it less than I did the last 3 times I watched it. I don't know what it was. Jennifer's Body and Scream 6 I didn't love as much as I usually do. Maybe I just wasn't vibing it this year, but, like, you know, I watched all the Scream 6 movies, that's all that matters. I rewatched I Know What You Did Last Summer to gear up for, because I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is finally free, and we'll get to her later. Not a fan, but whatever. I just have so much fun with I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's so badly good, and literally Sarah Michelle Gellar and Ryan Felipe literally make the movie. Slay, literally. Tucker and Dale versus Evil, one of my favorite horror comedies there is. Alan Tudyk, or Tudyk, I don't know how to say his name. I would say Alan Tudyk. Absolutely amazing. Tyler Labine is hilarious. They are all amazing, and Alan Tudyk is one of the most underrated, if not the most underrated comedic actor of all time. Well, I mean, in this century. I just love it. I love Tucker and Dale versus Evil so much because it's just so insane and hilarious. I would totally recommend it if you haven't seen it. Then I started, I watched the first 2 Child's Play movies. That is my second favorite horror franchise. I just love me some Chucky. Chucky's absolutely amazing, and you know what? He's awesome, you know? He's hilarious, and he has the most insane comebacks ever. I don't support murderers, okay? But he's hilarious. The first one is iconic. The second one is so good. One of my favorite sequels in horror history. I just felt like it didn't surpass its, you know, predecessor, but it's equal. Spree. I personally really love Spree. I feel like it is a little bit overhated. Also, I'm a huge fan of Joe Keery. So, you know, like I watched it when it came out, and I'm just like, oh my god, Steve, no. But it really has stuck with me. But anyways, that's such a great movie, and it's hilarious, and I love it. And Joe Keery knows how to carry a movie, and he knows how to play a lame-ass vlogger. I rewatched all of the Final Destinations this year to gear up for the new one. All of them are amazing. Final Destination 1 is my favorite, although the first 2 are very equal. But I love the cast in the first one, so I'm kind of biased to say that one's my favorite because I love Sean William Scott. I love Devon Sawa, and obviously I'm a fan of Keira Smith now, especially since I watched Dawson's Creek, which I talked about earlier. Yeah, I just love the first one so much, and the second one is absolutely amazing. The third one is my second to least favorite, but it's still great. The fourth one was my least favorite, not a fan, but since it's in the franchise, I obviously rewatch it. And the fifth one is so overhated. I love that one. Then I rewatched My Name is Bruce with my dad, because we love that movie. We love Bruce Campbell in this house. We hail him like Jesus. I rewatched a Shane Dawson short, Friends Forever, just because I did enjoy it as a child, and, you know, throwback. But I don't support him, okay? Just watch some of his videos sometimes. Not the new stuff, though. Nothing's bad, no. Then I made my dad watch The Strangers 2, Pray at Night, because I've been trying to get him to watch it for years, just to laugh at and have fun, and that's what we did. My final rewatch, Dawn of the Dead. I love that one. I was really heavily watching ER at the time, and I'm like, oh my god, so much ER's in it, let's watch it. So as of right now, I'm still editing the video. In between the time I filmed it and right now, I rewatched Rocky Horror Picture Show. I absolutely love that movie so much. It's really meant a lot to me and my family growing up, because it started with my grandpa. He would go to all the shows, and then my parents, my dad specifically, and my cousin's mom and their brother would, you know, get dragged along to the Rocky Horror Picture Shows, like the, you know, the annual, you know, thing. So it's really just been in my family for generations, and so of course I had to rewatch it, and I love it so much. And since it celebrated its 50th, it's amazing. It's so perfect, and if my grandpa was still here, he would so be celebrating that shit all around. So that's for you, Grandpa, and my cousin, because my cousin absolutely adores it as well. Okay, now into the first watches. Anti-Birth. Okay, I only watched it strictly because of Natasha Lyonne, and then Chloe Sevigny was in it as well, so of course I was watching it. It was not great. I gave it a 2.5. Rise of the Zombies, meh, gave it a 1.5. The Dentist, starring Corbin Burnson, god, oh my god, I gave that a 3. That was interesting. Ghost Ship, like I said, heavily into ER, and Juliana Margulies was in it, and Ron Eldard was in it, Gabriel Byrne, Isaiah Washington from Grey's, who we don't like, okay? We don't like him. That one I gave it 2.5. It just was not great, but it was fun. The beginning was the best, though. I was really surprised at how much I loved Hard Eyes. Olivia Holt was in it, Mason Gooding, Devon Sawa. Love Devon Sawa. I just remember loving it so much, especially for a 2025 movie. That's very, very rare. The ending was crazy. Single Black Female 3, the final chapter. I went in, Mercedes, come on, you know, Raven Goodwin, she's from Good Luck Charlie, and she was even in the Skank season 3 episode 1 of Glee, so of course, hello. I had already watched the first 2, so I'm like, okay, gotta finish this out. Plus it came out on my birthday, so like, hello, it was a birthday present to me. Fear Street Prom Queen, not a fan, 2.5. Misery, I watched for the first time, finally. Love Kathy Bates so freaking much. And by the way, side note, I'm so excited that she's coming back to American Horror Story along with Evan Peters, freaking Emma Roberts, freaking Angela Bassett, Jessica Lange, Sarah Paulson. Okay? Obviously Billy Lord and, you know, everyone else, obviously. But like, you know, my queens and Evan Peters, okay? Misery. Okay, back to Misery, okay? I just love it. She so deserved that Oscar, and just speechless all around. I'm still speechless. It's amazing. Practical Magic, again, ER related. Dr. Luca Kovacs was in it. Love that shit. And then you have Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman, Stalker Channing, Diane Wiest. Come on, okay? Those are my queens. Bow down, okay? Excited for the sequel. Excited to see how they're doing it, what they're doing. Yeah. Final Destination Bloodlines, I honestly really loved it. Honestly, I really did. I think they need to stop making them, though. I feel like it did fine. It ended great with the 5th one. They didn't even need to make this one, but like, I'm glad they did, because I had so much fun with it. Yeah, I loved it. Cam, it was interesting. Her last name was Ackerman, so I felt like I was getting attacked. So, yeah. I give it a 4 and a heart, I think. Yep, 4 and a heart. Why did I love it that much? I guess it was good. You know, it was good. Let's be real here. Lake Placid. Okay. Love it. Like, there's no words, you know? It's just great. I gave it an 8. No, I didn't. I gave it a 7. I lied. Oops. Resident Evil, the first one, honestly, I wasn't a huge fan. I gave it a 3. Deathbed, the bed that eats. Okay. 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 I don't know what to say about this one. It was so crazy. I had been looking for a movie that matched the vibe of the creepy Black Sabbath cover with like the chick and like the cloak and the field. I grew up looking at that poster every time I went to my cousin's house, and I was like, but I was looking for a movie like for years, and finally Pink Flamingos matched that. Everything Joan Waters from the 70s matched that vibe, and this movie, Deathbed That Eats, matched that vibe, and it was great. It was cheesy as hell, and I enjoyed it. Okay, Death of a Unicorn, absolutely did not like it. It was not good. It wasn't even a fun good. Manhunter. Okay, I gave that one a 7. It was good. It was interesting to see Brian Cox as Hannibal Lecter, but we didn't get to see him enough, so couldn't have been higher. It was way too long for my liking, but it was good. Then, here we go. I watched Don't Breathe 1 and Don't Breathe 2. Both absolutely insane in different ways, but the first one, fuck that. No. And the second one, I gave a 7. You know, it was actually really good. It has a really low rating, but I enjoyed it. It was fucked up just like the first one, and just like a different way. Then I watched Bram Stoker's Dracula. That one was honestly really interesting, and Keanu Reeves' accent was not great. Honestly, that movie was honestly so stunning, and Gary Oldman, love him. Sir Gary Oldman, come on, man. Together with Franco and Brie, and that one was insane. I love body horror movies because those are the ones that like actually really get me. Night of the Demons, the original one, it was so badly good, and I don't regret my hour and a half in watching that. 28 Years Later, I honestly really enjoyed, although it did fall like a little flat at some points, but I still really enjoyed it. Danny Boyle is such a great director, and I really like the 28 trilogy, and I'm excited to see what is going to be done with the next ones. Then I watched Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. How I have not seen that my whole life, I don't know. My grandpa loved Elvira, Cassandra Peterson, you know. It was iconic. I gave it an 8 and a heart. Come on. Absolute camp gold. Camp is my favorite genre of all time. The amount of iconic one-liners in a single movie is insane. Definitely going to use some of them all of the time. Okay, well, I forget all of the one-liners right now, so I guess that was a lie. But at the time, I meant it. Firestarter. I am such a huge Drew Barrymore fan. I grew up loving her. I love her now. She just absolutely rules cinema, you know, throughout the years, like with Scream, Charlie's Angels, this, Wedding Singer, Blended, so much. This was amazing. I can't believe I just now watched this. This one I gave a 7. Blade 1 and Blade 2. I enjoyed the first Blade. I gave that one a 7. The second one, not so much, but I really did enjoy the first one a ton, especially the beginning at the nightclub with all the blood, and it was just like so cool. I watched Disturbing Behavior. I watched it because obviously Katie Holmes was in it, and I was heavily watching Dawson's Creek at the time, and I needed a fix. I wanted it to be better, but it was okay. Casper, I finally watched this. Okay, I need to get this out in the open right now. I am such a huge Christina Ricci fan. I'm such a huge fan of hers. So I was really excited to watch this, but it was really depressing because all Casper really wanted was a friend. And oh my god. I cried! I don't cry, but I cried! This cast was spectacular. Love Christina Ricci, Pullman, Moriarty from But I'm a Cheerleader, iconic, such a good bad girl. Devon Sawa, again. Dan Aykroyd as Spangler, are you kidding? And I cried. So, like, you know, it was a win. I don't like I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, okay? I'm saying it right now. Then I watched Bring Her Back with my cousin. So her boyfriend was sitting right there on the couch, right? He was eating as we were watching that. Let's just say he kind of stopped eating and hid his face in the hoodie. I mean, we all kind of was like, you know, like this, you know, but like he cracked me up. And the main cast were just like, But anyways, sorry to embarrass you, Darrell. But anyways, the part with the knife and the wood, no thank you. Okay? That got me a little bit. It's definitely recommend. Vivarium or whatever. I didn't like it. I found it really boring. I don't know. And then I watched Wrong Turn, and surprisingly, I really enjoyed that one. I honestly expected to give it like a 2, maybe a 3 at the most, but no, I gave it a 3.5. They honestly made smart decisions. Like, instead of screaming and falling and all of that, honestly, one of the smartest movies in the 2000s. That's like in that genre type of, you know, movie. Dr. Sleep! Okay? God. I started watching that when it came out, and then I only like made it like a half hour and I fell asleep. So I just now finished it. Because it hadn't been free for the longest time. So it was finally free. Plus, I'm a huge fan of Ewan McGregor, so of course I was watching it. And Mike Flanagan has made really good movies, and obviously I love The Shining, so I needed to watch the sequel. I also cried. Abracadabra, 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 abracadabra. You know? Also, what is the deal with Ewan McGregor's movies having dead babies in them? I gotta know. Teaching Mrs. Tingle, which had Katie Holmes in it, Helen Mirren in it. Like I said, Dawson's Creek fan over here. So I really needed a fix, because I think at that time I was finished with the show. Yeah, I had just finished it that day. Aw, I'm getting emotional now. Anyways, let's move on. House of Wax, which I really did enjoy. It was insane. Literally, I put in my review, wax. Now that's hot. Also, try Michael Murray. Because again, Dawson's Creek. He's a Dawson's Creek. We hate him, but he was in it. So, and then I watched The Witches of Eastwick, which I honestly loved. The cast is absolutely amazing. Like the main 4, holy crap, they can, oh my god, literally one of the best like leading cast of all time, because I love Jack Nicholson so much. Cher is absolutely amazing. Susan Sarandon, yes, and Michelle Pfeiffer. Then I actually watched Hocus Pocus 2, which I was a fan of. Honestly, I had very, very low expectations, so that probably played a part in me rating it a 7. But I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious, and I love seeing my witches come back. I just really enjoyed it. You know, the humor was there, they were there, iconic. The Ring, for the first time, I absolutely really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4. And Samara really just be slaying all day. Like, that bitch doesn't sleep, you know. I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm kind of curious to see what the sequel has in store, because I know it's a continuance of Naomi Watts' character and her son. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, now I have officially watched the whole Halloween franchise. That was the one that I've been like really excited to watch for years, just like waiting on my dad to watch it with me. I would have watched it like 5 years ago if I didn't have to wait on him, but like whatever. I thought it was great. That song was an absolute banger, and yeah. Halloween, 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 Halloween. Love it. And then one of my personal favorite watches of the year is Idle Hands. I love that movie. Like 90s stoner movies. Come on, okay? And there was a part where he had gotten scared of like the doorbell and stuff moving around the house, and then he found like his parents' bodies. When he got scared, he went straight to the dog and hid under the covers. That's literally me, okay? Also, I love when Seth Green mentioned ER. Yeah, I love ER so much. Better than Grey's. Argue with the Wall. I love Idle Hands. That one got an 8 and a heart from me. The Fly. That one got a 9. That one was so good. It's literally body horror at its finest. It also had the 2 things that The Substance had that makes me squirm. Ripping nails out and teeth falling out. Fuck that. Bye. Also, I love Jack Goldblum and Gina Davis a ton, so obviously it was great. just for shits and gigs. Mr. Boogedy. That one was interesting and I enjoyed it. You know, just a stupid, you know, Disney movie. Just crazy, stupid fun, you know? Loved it. Then I started my Rob Zombie journey into the, you know, House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil Reject part of it. I watched House of a Thousand Corpses. I have yet to see Devil's Rejects. I am really excited to see that one because my mom is petrified. And I'm excited to tell her that I watched it and her be like, oh my god. Yeah. House of a Thousand Corpses was honestly insane in like the best way possible. And pretty much what I wrote in my review, and I still stand by it. I wasn't even there and I felt like I couldn't catch a break. That's pretty much the whole movie, you know? Triangle, which was absolutely insane and fucked up and crazy. And just, oh my god, I definitely recommend it. I gave that one an 8. Totally crazy. And then here's the short film that I watched, Within the Woods, 1978. Bruce Campbell, Alan Sandwise. You know, say more? Sam freaking Raimi, you know? This is where Evil Dead originated from. Like, low budget. This was, like, amazing. I love seeing Bruce Campbell as, like, a Deadite. Love the graphics, the soundtrack, and aesthetic. Evil Dead is, like, my fave, so I can't believe I, like, just now watched it, but, like, it was great. I found it the lowest of quality on YouTube, and it was worth it, you know? And then, again, with my Dawson's Creek binge, Katie Holmes starred in Bram's The Boy 2. Well, apparently she's done a few horror movies, unlike, you know, other people. I didn't like it. It got a 1.5 star. Session 9. I literally paid $4 to rent it. I personally really loved it. I gave it an 8 and a heart. What did I say in my review? Because I just can't think. Judith Gordon. My parents have quoted that for literally years. I'm not even kidding. They've been like talking about it. My dad's been saying how fucked up it was, and I was like, okay. Like, it kind of was, you know. I love how it didn't really rely on jump scares or anything like that. It was just like a slow burn, but I do like slow burn, so like, you know. Yeah. What I loved about the movie is the fact that they didn't rely on ghosts or anything like that. The true horror was human. Well, and asbestos, you know. I love the quote that says, I live in the weak and the wounded, Doc. That literally gave me chills. Literally, that line made the whole movie click in my brain. So, yeah. Yeah, that movie made me think. Because my brain is stupid. The Loved Ones. That one was insane. I gave that one an 8 and a heart. I literally wrote my review, wow, that was fucking insane. I stand by that. It was crazy. I definitely recommend it. It's so insane. God, I really can't stress that enough. Drop. I honestly really enjoyed it. Well, I also went in with super low expectations. So that also helps. And then the last movie, so we can close out the horror part and close out the video, Carnival of Souls. I loved this movie. I started it a long time ago and I finished it today, and oh my god, absolutely bonkers. Literally, the humans were more scary than the people trying to get her, you know, like the ghosts trying to get her, you know, and they had like crazy makeup on, but that neighbor was perv, so you know. So that was my video talking about what I watched this year. Comment down below your guys's like favorite watches of the year. What did you guys watch? What did you rewatch? You know, love it. Here are my top 5 favorite first watches. I don't know what those are because I'm gonna have to really think about it. And yeah, just thank you guys so much for watching, and I cannot wait to do my year in film at the end of the year. Because now it's freaking November, so that's like end of next month. Thank you so much for watching, and let's cheers to Halloween, and I hope you guys had a great one. I can't wait to start the whole season again. Anyways, see y'all in my next video where I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, bye!
And what gave you the confidence?
Delusion.
That works. Yeah.